Okay, hey guys, it is 2013. It's actually the first day of 2013, and I've decided to do a pickup video for December. This will be something I'll do monthly, I think. Probably better quality than just doing a direct upload, I guess. So we're gonna start off with, I'm gonna put this little my little Pickerus stand up so I can display things better. This is going to be all over the place. This isn't going to be in any order. So, yeah, this doesn't include live action movies. And if you want to see that kind of thing, you can tell me, but this is mostly just video game, anime, manga related. If you want, I can make it other than that, but this is just the stuff that I believe would be interesting to show. First off, though, I don't think this is all of it. I kind of think that I'm missing things. I wasn't prepared. I think what I'm going to do is now when I actually get things, I'm going to put them in the corner, and at the end of the month I'll do the video that I'll put them away. So this is the things that I'm pretty sure I got this month. And the first one, there's no order of me picking them up, but this I got was Castle Shikukami 3 or something like that. The only reason I actually bought this, to be honest with you, is that I was interested in the Toho games, which is, if you don't know, a bullet hell shooter. If you don't know what a bullet hell shooter is, it is, can you see that? Basically, it's a shooter, a little spaceship shooter, except you usually play as a girl, and there's bullets everywhere. This I got, it cost me like 17 bucks, and it was a little bit more than I think I could have got it. I think eBay, sorry not eBay, EB Games or GameStop has it right now for about 15. I spent a bit more because I just wanted it and I was in an entirely different location, so I picked it up, played it a few times. It's hard as hell, but to be honest with you, it's no Toho. It's very similar, but it's, I guess if you want a bullet hell on the Wii, that is going to be probably your best bet. I have not played the other two. I don't even know what they're on. I think one of them might be on PS2, the other one. But yeah, so that's the first one. Alright, so next one is Sonic Colors. I got this the same day. I actually recorded a 40-minute video of me playing this drunk, and it's something I've never posted. It's bad, but I mean the game itself is actually, the way I see it, it's Sonic, but literally it's Mario Galaxy. The music of like Mario Galaxy's in it, the feel of it. When you hit start in the new game, it literally throws you into the game, like Act 1, go, just like the original games. So there's no long throat cutscene, but there are cutscenes. It's better than Sonic 06. I haven't played Sonic Generations. I'm not a huge Sonic fan, but I got this for I think $12, and I've been wanting to play it, so I was like, why not? I'll pick it up. There's the back of it. Interesting thing is you can supposedly play as your Miis, and there's also a multiplayer mode, which truthfully I haven't done either of them. Cryware helped make it. I don't know if that's interesting or not. Physics by NVIDIA, so game based, like Okay, so the next game I got with those two, I got 3 games that day, and this one was a game I was interested in but didn't know too much about. I played the original 2 in the series, but I wanted to try this one, and that is Max Payne 3, which it's really good. I'm not sure if it was nominated for Game of the Year, but story-wise, it's great. It's, in my opinion, a lot better than the first 2. I didn't really like the whole comic style in the first 2. I just don't believe the game aged very well, and plus I was playing the Xbox versions, and I think the PC port is probably better than the first 2. But this is the third one. They took out the comic book style for a film, kind of like 24. Remember the old show 24 where they cut and they do like little segment screen things? this kind of does it, and all the story is pretty much given to you by Max in monologue, which a lot of people make fun of, but it's actually a really good way of telling the story. I would like them to make a sequel to this. I don't know if it will happen, considering the game doesn't end where they won't do it. It just ends in a way where it's like, why would you keep going, kind of thing. But great game. I got this for 24 bucks, but I believe at the moment on like Amazon, you can pick it up for like 15 or maybe like less than 20, I believe. Which, if you can get it for that much, I think you should get it. It was this year, sorry, not this year, I forget, it's not 2013. It was made early, I think 2012, so a game that cheap in 2012, pretty good. So the next game, I got this for Christmas, and the Game of the Year awards for VGAs was on, and I didn't actually watch it, but I did check out what was happening, and this was not nominated for Game of the Year, because it wasn't released when they did the show, which I think is unfair, because if it's not, I don't think they should do video game awards until like today, the 1st of January. I'm not sure if I post this today on the 1st of January, but just saying it should be done when the year is done, and games like this, Far Cry 3, get a chance to actually get praise for what it is. This is what Far Cry 2 should have been. It's amazing. I beat it. I beat actually that and the game I showed before. They're both really good. This right now, you can get on Amazon, I think right now, for $39. They have a sale, I think, until like the 6th. So, in my opinion, I think everyone should get this. It's been compared to Skyrim, but with guns, and that is an okay comparison. It is totally open world, and when you beat the game, you can jump back in and keep playing, which games that do that I like. There's certain games I've played where when you beat the game, you're done, and I think that is really, really stupid, but that's that game. Totally worth it. Is it worth the full price? Well, no, because you can get it for less than full price right now, so I'd pick it up immediately. So, Far Cry 3. So this next game is kind of funny. I got this on Amazon, and it's been a game I've been wanting to play because I like the other series, but this is a spin-off of the series. But I got it from a UK seller, and he said it was a NTCS copy. But it wasn't, and it's Yakuza Dead Souls. Now the thing is with the PS3 though, I can play my PAL games on the console, on my American Canadian console, so I really do like that the PS3 is backwards compatible. I only actually have 2 PS3 imports. It's actually this, technically, but I don't like calling it an import because it was released down here. I think imports, to me, should be just games that weren't released, but whatever. The other one I have is actually called Siren, New Translation, or it's also called Blood Curse in some places, which is a remake of the game Siren back from PS2. And it was released down here, but it was on PSN network, and you had to download it in parts, and I find downloading games stupid because years from now you won't have anything, so I try getting anything I can on disc. But this game, very good. Well, very good. It's funny good. It's not great good, but it's funny good. If you played Yakuza, and it's nothing like Yakuza, they take the Yakuza engine and try to make also a shooting element, and it's just weird. But it is fun. And for being a side game, I do believe it's as long as the original games, like the actual games. So yeah, you can get it, I think, for under $20. I think that's how much I paid for it, which is under 20, and that's an okay price. I think you can even probably, if you do some looking, probably get it for like 15. So Yakuza Dead Souls, I recommend though playing Yakuza 3 and 4 at least. Even 4. If you go and get 4, they have movies that they build that they've show you the story of 1, 2, and 3. But here's the warning for these games. The first game on PS2 was the only game that they dubbed. 2, 3, 4, and Yakuza Dead Souls, they did not dub. It is all subtitled, so if you don't like subtitles, you won't like the game because you will not have an English option. So the last game that I found here that I think I got this month was The Third Birthday, which is also known as Parasite Eve 3. That's not the official name, but it technically is the same company, or not company, but same series, but it's not. They've made the old Parasite Eve game back on PS1. It was originally like a what if Final Fantasy mixed with Resident Evil, and this is just Gears of War in the future, kind of, except you're a girl who you can get outfits for, and her clothes apparently rip all the time. This case is actually shiny. I'm not sure if all the prints of this game was like that. I'm not sure if it's just the first run of it was like that. But for example, there's the manual. They totally, that's like all their advertising, and it's kind of sucks because the original games were nothing like that. But if you have a PSP, I actually highly recommend this. You can get it for under 10 bucks, and it's actually, I think, one of the best PSP games, in my opinion. So now we're going to move on to anime stuff. There isn't actually a lot here, but there is a few things. Nothing super, but I'll show you anyways. So the first thing is called Vexel, or Vexiel. This was given to me by a person, and this is the save edition. As you can see, you can get this for like $5 to $9. From the creators of Appleseed, if that helps your judgment. It is a 3D CG film that it's very iffy. This whole creators from Appleseed doesn't help my my thoughts on it. To be honest with you, I'll show you the back. If you've played Final Fantasy VIII, the cutscenes in Final Fantasy VIII is what this movie looks like. Let me just see what I mean up there. It looks like Final Fantasy VIII. The movie's okay. Basically, group of mech people find out that there's these weird humanoid things that, like, they're human but they're not human, coming out of Japan, and in America they want to go invade. And then when they invade, they realize there's all this crazy stuff happening, and Vexel is the main girl of her. She's just one of the squad leaders, and the movie really is all over the place, to say the least. I think it would have been better fleshed out if it was a show, but if it was a show, I don't think anyone would have watched it, but that's my opinion. I can't recommend it, but if you got like $5, you want to watch something, I think it's worth it. So the next thing, this is a movie that I think a lot of people know, and that is My Neighbor Totoro, which is a kids film done by Studio Ghibli. This is actually before Disney bought it. 20th Century Fox actually released it originally. To be honest with you, I don't know if the dub, though, is the same dub in this and the Disney one, but it's okay. This is actually probably one of the shorter Ghibli films, and a lot of people, I think I've heard, actually hate this movie, but I don't know, this version of the film, I've seen it go up to like $50, this version. I don't know why, but I have. First thing, the art on the cover here is nothing like the art. Well, it kind of, but it's like barely anything like the art. Like, that is actually a little, that's a girl. That thing there is actually supposed to be like, I think, gray. The umbrella is supposed to be blue. It just, another artist had to have just went, oh, here, there we go, and made the cover. And this DVD has no special features. It literally looks like it's a bootleg, because it goes play movie, trailer, and like something else, and it's made so cheaply. But I got it for under 20 bucks, this version of the movie, and in my opinion, that's okay, because you can barely find Ghibli films for under 20 bucks anymore. So when I got that, I was happy. This was a blind buy. Yusho Tora. I've only seen episode 1. It looks like a. I originally was gonna say a 90s anime, but then when you actually start watching it, it looks more like a 80s. But then I realized, no, it's a 90s. So it's a low-budget 90s anime. It's 12 or 13 episodes about this boy who goes into his cellar of this priesty kind of place that they live at, and this giant monster's down there, and it has a spear in him, and he's like, hey, pull the spear out, and he's like, no, and then it's kind of like a comedy, and then he does, because all these creatures come, and then this thing kills all the creatures and wants to kill people, and because he has a spear, then he gets the soul of the samurai kind of guy who originally killed him or pinned him to the wall. And for some reason when I was watching it, all I could think of was Inuyasha, because the premise is eerily the same. You have the guy or girl, you know, go into fall into like a basement, fall into a well, find creature kind of thing at some point that's speared to an object who is evil but turns kind of good but still evil. It's the same. It's kind of weird. This is something else I saw on Amazon. It was like, I got it for like $7 to $8, but the other ones were like 50. So I don't know if this was a good deal. I think eBay also has it for, I saw one for like 10 on eBay, so I don't think it's rare, but I don't think it's easy to get, because it is ADV, and ADV stuff I think is a little bit harder to get. Not really that hard, but it's harder, I think, to get than some things. This show I can't tell you a single thing about. My friend bought it down because I guess he canceled his Amazon order, and this was, they sent it anyways. So I gave him a couple bucks, and he's like, okay, here. And the only reason I actually got it, because to me it looks a little bit like Speedgrapher, this cover. It's made by Gonzo, so it makes sense. This is the Viridian collection, which is basically another version of the Save Editions, to be honest with you. They're just usually just slim packs. And there's the back there. I haven't watched it. I don't know a single thing about it. Yeah. Made by Gonzo. And it's about 20 bucks. So that is all the anime stuff. The last thing I have here is manga, and I'm gonna save the best one for last. But this I got early in the month. This was actually, I think, one of the first things I got in the month, and that is One Piece 65, which is continuing Mermaid Island and the New World story. And we've been in, let me just take a look here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 5 volumes now we've been in Mermaid Island, and it's starting to get on my nerves, because when you think it's done, it keeps going, or when you think they could explain as much as they possibly can explain, it keeps going. And I think volume 66, when it comes out in March, I believe, will be the last one in Mermaid Island, and they can actually continue and really show off their new powers and stuff a lot better than Mermaid Island, because they're all underwater in it. I don't know. I don't think it was a good idea writing Mermaid Island as a first adventure with all their new abilities, because they're not showing them very well. We've heard about all these things they can do, and we do see glimpses of it, but like barely anything. But you know, it's always good to get new One Piece. Where stay? I got it for about, I think, $8 or $9. Yeah, I didn't think that was gonna sit there. But yeah, no, it was pretty good. So these, I don't like the show that has spawned from this, but I thought to myself, I can get these for like $11 to $12 a piece, and I get 3 volumes each. I'll give it a try, and that is actually, remove that, the first 9 volumes of Bleach, which come in these omnibus versions, which they call them, because when Viz prints them, they call them 3-in-1s, and I got them actually from the Amazon seller, not a seller, but like from actual Amazon, for $12 a piece, which is pretty much the same price you can get them on any other seller. And I got them next day, which I couldn't believe. But I've only read a little bit of the very first one, and it's almost word for word of the show. But one thing I'll tell you about these versions, they're made a lot cheaper, like with newspaper print instead of like the pages being better. I don't know, but it also seems like they might cut a little bit, because I don't know, it looks thinner than it should be. But it's not bad. Some people love this series. I don't, but I'm gonna give it a try. And for, you know, about $30 to get 9 volumes, why not? Alright, so this is the big one. The slipcover is actually off of the item. And this is also a warning. This is a little graphic, to say the least. So, if you don't want to see anything graphic, see ya. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, whatever. And I'll be doing this probably once a month. At least once a month, I'll try. But for you who are staying and interested in what I got, this cost me about $39, which is cheaper than buying the volumes separately, because it's about 4 volumes, and this is all in color. It's bigger, a whole shitload better. Some of you probably already know what I'm talking about. Let me just move this over. This is pretty big. And that is the High School of the Dead color omnibus, which, yeah, kind of graphic, to say the least. It actually does have a slipcover, which, let me just go grab that. So here's the slipcover. It's actually the same, except it's censored a bit. Now here's one thing. Yeah. But yeah, it cost me $38, and in reality it would cost, well, if you went to the actual store and bought this, it would have costed $59.99, which, you know, save myself 20-something bucks, and I get this, which is actually cheaper than buying these single volumes. I'm gonna go with this. Be careful when I pull here. Full color. I'm trying to be careful because there is nudity in this. But yeah, full color. Really awesome. I've read the first few chapters, and yeah.